If it's OPC, we've got it covered. Welcome to OPC Expert Plugged In, where we break down the tech and tackle real-world challenges. Let's dive in.
Welcome back. Today we're digging into something pretty vital for industrial security, the OPC Security Gateway. It's a key feature within OPC Expert. We rely so much on these industrial systems, but their internal communication, especially data exchange, isn't always as locked down as you might think. Think about these older protocols, maybe decades old, running critical infrastructure. How secure is that data flow, really?
That's exactly it. What's interesting is that lots of systems connect using OPC, maybe OPC Classic, the older Windows one, or the newer OPC UA. But the security is often just, well, basic. Like a simple yes or no, can you connect? It doesn't really control what you can do once you're in. And that's the real challenge, controlling what happens after that connection.
Right, which is where those older systems or even some basic setups just sort of hit a wall.
Right.
So how does this OPC Security Gateway move past that simple yes-no? What's the core idea?
The big shift is what we call granular access control. Think of it less like one guard at the main gate and more like specific guards inside, controlling access to every room, every piece of equipment. It's about stopping someone unauthorized from, say, writing a new set point to a critical process variable. The gateway does this by letting you restrict specific actions like reading data, writing data, or even just browsing to see what devices are available. And this control is tied to things like user roles, certificates, different authentication methods. It gets really precise.
That sounds much more robust. And you mentioned it works across different communication types. What protocols does it cover? And importantly, how does it deal with firewalls? That's always a headache for IT teams.
Right, absolutely. First, the multi-protocol support is pretty broad. It secures OPC UA, sure, but also the older OPC DA, OPC XML-DA, MQTT, and even REST APIs.
Wow.
So it bridges a lot of different systems, new and old. And for the firewall part, yeah, huge headache usually. This gateway uses a firewall-friendly design. Basically, it channels communication through a single port.
Ah.
Instead of punching, dozens of holes in your firewall for every device, you manage one port, which makes IT happy, simplifies security policies, and it's crucial for secure remote access, too.
That single port thing sounds like a game changer.
Yeah.
Especially for legacy systems. You can actually secure older equipment this way without ripping everything out.
Exactly. That's a huge point. It runs on a really wide range of Windows versions. Think all the way back to Windows XP, believe it or not, up to Windows 11, and server versions from 2003 right up to 2022.
Really? XP?
Yep. So companies with perfectly functional older equipment don't need a massive, costly overhaul just to get modern security features. It extends the life of that gear.
That's incredibly practical. Another thing often missed is tracking, right? Knowing who did what does help with that, like auditing.
Oh, definitely. That's the real-time security auditing aspect. It logs everything, access attempts, who logged in, who failed to authenticate, any changes made to the security policies themselves. So you have a clear audit trail. It's not just for compliance reports, though. It's great for that. It's crucial for spotting issues early, for troubleshooting. You know exactly what happened.
So it plugs that critical blind spot where maybe after an incident you're left wondering how it even happened or who was involved.
Precisely. It moves you from just knowing if someone connected to knowing who connected, what they tried to do, read, write, browse, and if they were allowed.
That level of detail seems fundamental for real security.
It is. The bottom line for you, the user, is, well, peace of mind, knowing your data is genuinely protected. But it's also about reducing real cybersecurity risks, making compliance easier, and doing it without needing a PhD in security. It's built for easy deployment and management, so you can actually implement this level of control effectively.
So wrapping this up, the OPC Security Gateway really transforms those basic OPC connections. It turns them into highly controlled, secure data pathways, adaptable across all sorts of industrial setups.
Right. And maybe a final thought for you to consider. Look at how cyber threats against industrial targets are evolving, getting more sophisticated. What's the real value to your organization's resilience, to your future strategy, of having truly granular control over every single read, write, and browse operation on your critical systems?
That's a powerful question to ponder. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive today. We hope you'll keep exploring the vital intersection of industrial automation and security.